So we're going to begin today in child's pose. So we're going to hold this one a little bit. So I recommend that you get your bolster or your 2 pillows and also a blanket or 2. And so I have 2 blankets right now. Take these 2 blankets, so take the knees wide, big toes touching, and kind of snug these blankets up under the knees. It'll just give your knees a little bit more relief. You may even want more. And then position the bolster under your chest. So there's plenty of room for baby. And then begin to come on down and take your head to one direction. And if you feel like you're still kind of too far down, then you can always put even more blankets or pillows so your bolster gets higher. So find a good position where you feel like you can really let go. You can rest, restore. Maybe let your eyes close or begin to soften your gaze. Take a few deep breaths here, nice big inhales. And exhale through the mouth like an HA ha. Little by little, allow your body, your whole system to begin to slow down, calm down. This is a great position to bring into labor, especially with the blankets underneath the seats. You can come back to this again and again, maybe in between contractions if you're wanting to rest but still be in a shape that's allowing opening through the pelvis, opening through the pelvic floor, a softening there. A nice place for a partner to be rubbing your back. And especially if you notice that you're feeling anxious or overly stimulated, you could come down and kind of retreat into yourself. Let your system come back into its natural resources. So let yourself continue to drop and rest here. And turn your head the other direction. We'll be here another minute or so. Let yourself, your body continue to drop. Letting the mind also relax and drop. Take your time here as the exhale finishes. Slowly bring the head back forward. Climb your way back up. And gently remove the bolster. Remove your blankets. Place the hands a few inches out in front of your shoulders. And let's take the right leg back, toes curled under. And push your hands towards the top of your mat to reach the right heel straight back. And then to get into a different portion of the back of your leg, bend the right knee a little bit. And then straighten it again. And do that another time. Bend. And then straighten. Great, let's switch. Left leg back. Push your hands towards the top of your mat. Reach the left heel back. And then put a little bend in the knee. Keep reaching the heel back. And then straighten. And then again, bend. And straighten. Beautiful. Now come back. We're taking Vajrasana. So bring the knees touching or almost touching, and bring your blankets back on your calves and take a seat back. Grab your strap or similar. Open the shoulders a little bit. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Keep the head from coming forward. Keep the sides of the throat moving back. And then let the hands slide apart so you can keep your arms straight as you go all the way back. Let go of one side and we'll repeat. Inhale, reach up, up, up as high as you can. Exhale, go wide enough so you're not bending the elbows and kind of tugging at your shoulders. Let go of another side, the opposite side. Lift up and slowly go back. Alternate which side you let go of each time. Lift up and back. Keep going. Lift up on the inhale and slowly back. A few more times. So we're doing this, we want to try to keep the back from arching a whole lot, so maybe just gently hugging the baby back. Let's go 2 more. Wonderful. And then release your strap and move the blankets again, maybe taking one for under the knees if you're on a hard surface, and come back to table, hands slightly out in front of the shoulders, just so during pregnancy we're not putting more pressure on the wrist. Now spread your fingers out really, really wide. line up the wrist creases so that they're parallel to the top edge of your mat. And the center of each wrist crease, this is pretty specific, is lined up to your outer shoulder. So we'll talk about this for this foundation class. And then spread the fingers wide and try to bring a little bit of weight out of the heels of your hands. So push, kind of like your hands are pushing on gas pedals. Push towards your finger pads. And as you do that, you'll feel the muscles in your forearms fire up. So hold that, kind of like you're grabbing or clawing the floor. And then inhale, let's take a cow pose. Reach the chest forward. Flip your tail up. Exhale, take a cat pose. Round the back, push against the floor. And keep going at your pace. Inhale, cow pose as the chest opens. Exhaling cat. And keep going a few more times, moving with your breath and keeping that clear, solid foundation through the palms. And then inhale into a neutral spine. So halfway in between, let the crown of your head lengthen, the tail lengthen back, fingers still spreading wide. We're taking a quarter dog. So walk the knees back. You may need to walk your hands forward more and then push your hips back. Kind of shrug your armpits up so your shoulder blades draw in towards each other. And then push your hips back. And if your belly kind of pushes against your thighs, then bring the palms further to the top of your mat. And then hug your babies up a little bit and get some nice length through the spine. Perhaps some relief in your lower back if you've been feeling some pressure there. Really squeeze the arms, elbows. And then hold it here another breath or two. Or if you'd like full dog, lift the knees and slowly pedal one heel at a time down. And if you're in full dog, take your feet wider than the hips, as wide as you feel like you need. Bend the knees and push your hips back. Keep that little bit of weight out of the heels of your hands. And then walk your hands back. We'll all come up to the feet. Take your feet about as wide as your mat. And then bring the elbows up to the knees. Keep the feet parallel here. So we're not turning the feet out. We're keeping them straight forward. Big toe ball mounds heavy. Spread through the soles of your feet. Peek forward and take a full breath. And then sit your bottom low and we'll inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Roll the shoulders back. So you may want to keep a little micro bend in the knees. We don't want to be locking out our knees so they're buckling back. If you're familiar with how to engage the backs of your legs, you can straighten your legs without locking your knees. But if that's unclear right now, just keep that little bend, okay? And then we'll inhale, reach up. Take the right hand around the left wrist. Reach up and over to the right. Inhale, lift up, switch hands. Over to the left. Keep the feet solid. Inhale up, switch. Over to the right. Keep going, inhale up, switch. Over to the left. One more time on each side. Lift up, lift the chest, and over. And then inhale up, exhale, elbows to knees. Good, reach the seat back, walk the hands up to the top of your mat for dog pose, fingers spreading wide. Feel free to lower the knees if you'd like and come back to that quarter dog. And then lower the knees down. We'll inhale, take a cow pose. Exhale, take a cat pose. And then walk your hands all the way back up the thighs. We'll take a little baby camel. Shrug your shoulders up. Squeeze your shoulders back. And bring the hands to the hips with your thumbs reaching towards the center of your sacrum. And now squeeze your shoulders back. Think less back bend and go more up with your chest. Keep your gaze slightly forward. Shoulders back, lift up through the chest. And then come on up, hands to the floor. Either quarter dog or full dog. Fingers spreading wide, push your hips back. And then we'll all walk the hands back. Bring the elbows to the knees. Take your seat, look forward. And as you're ready, stand up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sway your hips a little bit side to side. And then we'll sit on the edge of your chair or whatever you have to sit on. Sit right at the edge. Pull the flesh of your seat out. Let's flex the right ankle and bring it over the knee. Okay. Flex the ankle, all sides. Push your heel and your hand against each other. Kind of grab under your knee to support. And then inhale, sit up as tall as you can. We're either staying here or gently hinging forward at the hips. Nice big breath down into that right hip. Let your exhales fully finish. Keep the shoulders rolling back, the chest lifted a little bit. Nice full, complete breaths. One more round here. Now if you'd like to, now reach the arms up, palms facing, really reach through those fingertips. And then inhale, reach up to the ceiling to sit up. Exhale, swim the arms back. Okay, and we'll use our chair to do a little back bend here. So either grab onto like the sides of your chair, or if your shoulders are open enough, you can even weave your hands through the inside of your chair and grab the back, depending on what kind of chair you have. And now roll your chest open. Lift your chest up. Keep your gaze forward. And if you have this kind of chair where you can weave your arms through, you can push your arms against the inner chair to expand the chest. Okay, if you're just grabbing a chair, then you're trying to pull it apart as you squeeze your chest up. And then come on up. Good, let's switch. Flex the left ankle over the knee. Push the heel against the hand. Provide some support here. Inhale, sit up tall. Lengthen up out of the low back. Stay here, or maybe you're coming forward. I'll turn my chair sideways this time so you can see that second part maybe a little bit better. Breathing deeply down into that left hip with each inhale. Letting each exhale fully finish. So in our prenatal yoga practice, we're practicing again and again, observing the breath. So the breath has such a powerful effect on the entire body, the system, how we're feeling, how we're coping. So we may notice sometimes, I feel like yesterday I even had like a little bit of a little kind of panic attack. But I fortunately I got myself on the floor and I just started breathing. Big breaths in, complete breaths out, and then it passed. Okay, my system, it was just a little too overstimulated. But that returning to the breath and even getting down on the ground, that really helped calm the system down. So if we're able to track and catch those kind of things, we can turn the experience around sometimes. And now stay here or reach your arms up, palms facing each other. Really reach through those fingertips. And then inhale, lift up. We'll swim the arms back, so you're either grabbing somewhere along your chair, maybe even the side of your seat. Roll the shoulders back. Now lift your chest up towards the chin. Okay, if you have like a similar kind of chair that I do, you could weave your arms on the inside and push against the chair for some resistance to lengthen up through the chest. Maybe grabbing onto the back of the chair. And then we're coming out. Great, slowly release. Let's extend the legs forward, draw the kneecaps up. Beautiful, and then stand up. So we'll get to some strengthening. Now we're gonna do, I'm gonna call them powerful chairs at the wall. So arrange, you may wanna move your mat. If you're on something where your feet are gonna slide, make sure you're not gonna slide on the floor. But we're gonna take this block high up into the inner thighs. We're gonna keep our feet parallel and then lean back against your wall, okay? And then walk your feet forward. Okay, keep the feet parallel, so begin to squeeze your block, okay? We'll take a big breath in here. You might need to move your ponytail a little bit so the back of your head can come to the wall, giving you that nice little tuck through the chin. And then we'll exhale here, slide down the wall. You want to arrange your ankles so the ankles are right under the knees. We're taking 6 breaths here. Big, slow, complete inhale. Nice, complete exhale. You continue, 5 more. Continue to squeeze that block. Continue to press the feet against the floor. Maybe practicing a hint of a smile, a half smile. Keep squeezing that block, we're halfway there. Let the exhales complete. Let's take one more. And as your exhale completes, hands against the wall, stand up. Ooh, good. Okay, now keep your block. We're gonna do a dog pose at the wall, so take the hands a little higher than or a few inches lower than your shoulders. Set up the hands just like you did on the floor earlier. Wrist creases parallel to the ceiling. Fingers spreading wide and then push back. Keep squeezing your block a little bit and roll your thighs inward so it feels like you're trying to roll your block behind you. Keep a little bend in your knees here. And notice if you're collapsing through the shoulders. So hug the shoulders up. One more breath here. Push the wall down. And then take your gaze forward. Come on up. We'll do one more wall chair. So as you're ready, 6 slow, deep breaths. Slide down the wall. Practice letting that sensation pull you in. Stay present with it. Feel it fully. It is going to pass. You can do this. Good, we're halfway there. And now reach your arms up. Hook your fingers over your thumbs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, draw the elbows down. One more breath in. And this time we're going to stick our tongue out on the exhale and look up to the ceiling. Big breath. And then come on out. Great. Move your block. Give your legs a shake. So I love those for stabilizing us, giving us stabilization around the pelvis, keeping us really strong in the legs. We're so loosey-goosey in pregnancy, which is wonderful, getting us ready for labor. But as we're trying to stay feeling supported in our pregnancy, it's good to do things like this as well. So open our shoulders a little bit. Take your right shoulder against the wall or facing the wall. Shrug your shoulders up, roll them back, hands to hips. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Bring your right forearm vertical to the floor. Elbow in line with the shoulder. Push your feet down, grow tall, and then begin to turn your feet to the left. Make sure your head isn't falling forward here. Keep the sides of the throat back. Make sure your back isn't overly arching. You may need to slightly hug the baby and scoop your bottom under. We'll take another full breath. And then turn the feet back in. We'll turn around for other side. Shrug the shoulders up. Roll them back, hands to hips. Line up the left forearm vertical to the floor and then begin to turn the feet to the right. Move the sides of the throat back. Squeeze the shoulders back and get nice and tall through the sides of your body. And as your exhale completes, turn the feet in and gently release. Wonderful. Let's take one of your blocks and we'll do some of our kind of classical standing postures. So take your feet as wide as it feels safe for you. So you won't be as wide as you were before you were pregnant if you were doing yoga then. Let's parallel your feet, maybe a teeny bit pigeon-toed even. Okay, let's reach your block up. If you don't have a block, you could be using like your strap as well. And then reach out, try to energetically rip your block apart. Squeeze the muscles in your legs and push your feet down. Feel the toes against the floor. Now spin your right foot out to face the top of your mat. Just roughly here, we're heel to heel aligned. But you know, you may need some slight variations for your body. And then we'll take the block in the right hand, reach towards the right toes. Take the block along the inside of your leg. Reach the left arm up. Good. Now push into your feet. Make sure you're not all the way just collapsing into that block. And then roll the chest open. Take a nice full breath. Keep the inside of your right foot heavy for another breath. And now push, push, push into your left foot Even imagine you're trying to drag it up towards the right foot, kind of like you're squeezing that block, and then come on up. Take the block up, spin the right foot in, take the left foot out, reach up, take the block in the left hand, reach forward for triangle pose on this side. Squeeze the muscles in your legs as you push the feet down. Keep the inside of that left foot heavy. And then imagine, feel like you're trying to drag the right foot up towards the left heel. And then turn the chest open for another breath. And then push into that back foot. Hug it up towards the left foot and then come all the way up again. Block up. Spin the left foot in. Turn the right foot out. Let's reach the arms out long. I think we can put the block down now. Reach the arms long, shoulders moving back. Inhale, warrior two. Bend the right knee over the ankle. Exhale, step on the gas as you push your legs straight. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend. Let's hold here. Bring the right forearm to thigh. Sweep the left arm down and up towards the ear. Really push into that left foot and start to roll the chest open. Let's inhale, reach the left arm back. Exhale, swim it forward. Good. You may be reaching just straight up to the ceiling, depending on how it feels in your shoulders. 1 more big circle. And then keep the arm up towards the ear, palm facing the floor. Hug your heels in towards each other and then roll your heart open as you lean back. And a big breath in, come up. Right foot in, left foot out. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, arms come out parallel to the floor. Inhale, bend the left knee over the ankle. Exhale, push it straight. 2 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend. Forearm to thigh. Sweep the right arm down and up towards the ears and make these nice 3 or so big slow circles. And this next time, keep the arm up towards the ear, palm facing down. Feel the feet, hug the feet in towards each other a little bit, and then roll your chest open. And with your powerful breath in, come on up. Spin the feet in towards each other. Let's take our block again. Inhale, reach up. Good, now bend your knees. Move the hips back and take your hands on your blocks. Maybe you're using 2 blocks, 1 under each hand. Now push the feet down. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. You may be staying here in this more parallel spine position to the floor. Or maybe you're sliding that block forward. Maybe you're on your fingertips instead, okay? Keep enough bend in your knees so that you're not rounding up in your low back, but you're able to get more length through the low back. And another few breaths here. Hug the shoulders up, the baby up, push the feet down. And then take your gaze up, move your block back under you. Take a lot of time to come up, hands to knees, stand up, and then walk the feet in. Good, let's sway a little bit. We're going to take a half moon pose. So since it's more of a foundation type of class today, I'm instructing it at the wall. But you can, of course, do it in the middle of the room, too, if that's feeling stable and safe for you. At the wall, take your block into the right hand. Bring the left hand to hip. Let's roll both shoulders back. Reach the right arm up. Step your right foot forward for, as much space as you need from the wall, maybe 3-4 inches. Keep the inside of that right foot heavy as you come forward. Place the block under your shoulder and then roll this left hip up. So you're close enough to the wall so you can lean back into it. Push into your block and squeeze the muscles of this left leg. Flex the left ankle. And now try to hug your baby and rib cage back a little bit. Either keep the hand to the hip or reach the arm to the sky. Okay, be in a stable, safe feeling place. So that may be with your gaze at the floor, maybe straight forward, maybe up to the ceiling. And now try to bring a little more weight out of your block as we hold. Squeeze the muscles of your legs. Make sure your right knee isn't locking, jamming back. And then bring your left hand to your hip. Look down, bend the right knee. Move your block back and step way back to come out. We'll take the other side. So spin around the other way. Roll your shoulders back. Lift the left block. Step the left foot forward. Really spread those toes. Get solid on that left foot and then come forward. Block under the shoulder. Roll the right hip open. Lean back against the wall as much as you can. Flex the right ankle. Roll the shoulders back. Either keep the hand to hip or maybe it's reaching up to the sky. And take your gaze where you like it. Try to bring your back a little closer to the wall. And now energize through your legs for another breath. And then as you're ready, bring the right hand back to hip, look down, bend the left knee, move your block back and step way back to come on out. Great. We'll take a tree pose now. So we're going to use the wall today. So let's start with the right shoulder towards the wall. And for this one, we're taking the right foot up. It may be to the inner ankle, and see how my knee can touch the wall here. Maybe it's to the inner calf, okay? Or maybe I'm taking it all the way up to the inner thigh, whichever location your foot is at. Position yourself so that you can stand up tall and just have your knee like barely touching against the wall, okay? Push your foot and your leg against each other. Okay, and then roll your left palm out to the side. Roll your shoulders back. Reach the left arm up. And we can use the support of the wall. Kind of drag your right hand down. Reach up. Lift up and over towards the wall. So we're getting this nice side stretch. Roll your heart open a little bit. And then come on up. Okay, maybe your hands are to your heart. Maybe you're reaching both arms up. Okay, maybe you're taking that knee off of the wall. Okay, there's no pressure, especially in prenatal yoga. We know. I think pregnant women are so great at just being very clear about what's good for them in the moment. And then bring your hands to heart and gently release the foot down. Awesome. Let's turn around and start to set up that second side. Maybe your foot's at the inner ankle, calf, or maybe inner thigh. You position yourself so you just have a little bit of support with the wall. And then roll the right palm up, roll the shoulders back, lift up. Slide the left hand down the wall as you reach the right arm up, 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 and over to the left. Keep the standing leg strong. And then come on up, either keep the hands to heart or maybe they both, one or both reaches up. Maybe you're playing with taking that knee off the wall. Hear your breath, the sound of your breath. And then bring the hands down and slowly make your way out. Wonderful. We'll take a squat now. Roll up one of your blankets and step your heels on the blanket and your feet, the ball mounds of your feet on the floor. Okay, your feet are turning out a little bit, just honoring the rotation of your thighs, your hips. So it should feel good. And then we'll slowly start to bring the hands to the knees and take a squat. Okay, so if you'd like to, then push back down into the knees and stand up. Okay, do a few more of those if you'd like. Keep the ball mounds heavy. Maybe one or two more if you'd like. And this time we'll hold it down. Okay, so you want to feel like you can lift the chest here. Okay, and if you're getting into your third trimester here, I recommend you're sitting on a block or two. Okay, or if you're even in any place where you feel like you need some support, you don't want to feel like you're just like collapsing through all the joints. Okay, so if you need that height under your seat, put that under your seat for sure. Okay, and then we'll do some pelvic floor work here. So inhale, breathe down, relax, even kind of push the pelvic floor, vaginal region open to feel that opening, stretch, relaxation. And as you exhale, engage it up like you're lifting up 3 floors, 1, 2, 3, and then inhale, slowly release back down, really relax, feel everything opening up. And then as you exhale, engage, let everything squeeze and go up 1, 2, 3, and then slowly release back down. So see if you can really control the relaxation as well, all the way relaxed. And on your exhale, engage, engage, 2, 3, and then keep going. We'll go maybe 6 to 8 more times. Let's take 3 more. And as you have finished, we'll come out of that. And let's stack stack ourselves up on your two blankets. So fold them neatly in half. Your two blankets, or whatever height feels good for you. We'll sit on those blankets. If you can grab a block, if you have one, take that as well. And now we're going to keep the left knee bent and extend the right leg kind of out at a small angle here. Okay, and we're going to do a little twist. So push your left arm against the inside of your leg. They're pushing against each other. And then from baby up, lengthen up through the chest and begin to twist above baby. Twist to the right. I like to bring my block back with me to kind of kickstand my hand down, and now squeeze the right shoulder back. As you inhale, lengthen up the spine to the top of the head. Exhale, twist and above the baby. One more breath. And then gently unwind yourself. And we'll take that onto the other side. Push your arm and leg against each other. Begin to lift up nice and tall and then twist to the left. Okay, come to your fingertips or onto your block. Squeeze the left shoulder back. Inhale as you sit up tall. Exhale, twist in the upper back. One more breath. And then gently unwind yourself. And from here, we'll bend the left heel up towards the perineum, pelvic area, and extend the right leg out to the side. Untuck the flesh of your seat. Let's bring the left hand to heart. Slide the right hand any amount down the leg, favoring towards the inner portion of your leg. And then push against your leg, turn your chest to the left. Keep your left sitting bone heavy. And either keep the hand to heart or cactus the arm back. Nice full breath. And now either keep your cactus arm or roll your palm down and extend the arm up towards the ear. You're maybe sliding that hand down. One more breath. And with a nice big breath, come on up. And we'll switch. Right heel in, left leg out, a strong left leg. Right hand to heart, slide the left hand down. Begin to push against the inner leg. Roll the heart open. Either stay here or cactus your right arm. Keep that right seat heavy. Either stay here or roll the palm down and reach the arm up for another breath. And with a nice big inhale, come on up. Good, and let's take both legs forward. I'm gonna grab a bolster here to show several varieties here for a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Okay, so pull the flesh of the seat out. Let your feet be at least as wide as the hips, maybe even wider. And this one is really targeting our lower lumbar area, that part that can get really kind of squished in pregnancy. So you may be taking the hamstrings totally out of it and folding into something like this, really letting that lower part of your back stretch. Okay, so that's one way to do this. Okay, or you're allowing the legs to straighten. You could be hugging a bolster, finding a good place there to pause and relax. Okay. Or maybe you're creating some kind of tower of a combination of some blocks and rest your head down. Okay. So we'll be here for about a minute, whichever one you're choosing. Really target that region of your lower back. So with the inhale, breathe into the lower back, expand it with your back. As you exhale, soften the body, let the body sink against the floor. Keep the breaths mindful and complete. And as your exhale completes, gently come on up. Remove your props. We'll do one breathing exercise before we come into a rest here. So I encourage you here, if you're reclining on a bolster, if you have a bolster or couch cushion or something, and that's how you want to be resting, then go ahead and kind of set that up a little bit now. Okay, so if you don't have a bolster, you can, after we're done, you'll rest on your side. Okay, if you have your bolster, we'll take one block to its second height. That may be all you need right now. If you're further along, you may want a little more incline and support. So second block at its highest height. Okay, something for your head. Sometimes it might even be like my shirt or something, just something that can roll under the neck. And then have some more pillows or blankets for the next part. So I'll show you that part when we go into it. And now come into Virasana. So we're coming to table, knees almost touching, widen the heels, iron the calves back, and sit on your block or two so you're comfortable here. Okay, spread the flesh of your seat. Allow your spine to grow tall. We're taking a bee's breath today. So we're taking 5. I'll show you one. So I'm plugging my ears so I can't hear. I'm loosely resting my fingertips. One set is loosely over the eyelids. I take a big breath in. On the exhale, I hum loudly. You do 5 of those, okay? As you are finished, breathe naturally. Notice how you feel. Send your attention down to your baby in your own way, being with, connecting with, acknowledging gratitude, communicating with this perfect being inside. That's receiving all of the benefits of this practice as well. Take your hands to your belly and send your baby another conscious, loving breath. And as you're ready, we'll move into our rest. So if you're resting on your side, support some pillows or bolster in between your shins and ankles, and then support a pillow under your head. Get comfy. Okay, if you're on your back, either have some pillows or more blankets. I am using some blocks with a blanket over them. Okay, and then I'm going to sit right up against the bolster and lean back. If you feel like your back is arching too much, then just scooch yourself a little further away. Okay, and if you're at a high incline, even get more blankets and pillows. I'm going to do that for your arms. We don't want anything kind of dangling down. Okay, I know it's like sometimes I don't want to gather up all this stuff, but once I get in the posture, it's worth it. Okay, especially as it may be getting more challenging to sleep and breathe. We really need to give ourselves this time to rest. So give yourself a little neck roll. You want to feel, you don't want your chin to be up to the ceiling. So just the slightest bit of a tuck, maybe a little traction of the neck. Arms relaxing. And once you get into your posture, give yourself a nice big breath. And exhale out of the mouth. And continue to let yourself drop. The skin of the forehead relaxing. The skin of the cheeks and the chin melting down through the jaw and the neckline. The spreading of the shoulders down through the arms. A nice grounding through your bottom. Spreading out through the legs, down through the feet and all the toes. And you and baby resting, relaxing. We'll be here for a while, so continue to let yourself drop. And know that I will speak again. We'll end the practice. So if you don't hear me, the video is still going. breath. Bring a little movements through your toes and fingers, hands. Maybe some larger movements if you're reclining back. Arms stretching overhead. If you're reclining back, either roll yourself to the side to sit up or look forward and help yourself up. And then find yourself in a comfortable seat. It ends with 3 homes today. So it's another way of using the body to keep us into the now. So now we're using our voice. So let the Om begin deep in the belly. Let it all travel up through the chest, and then the buzz around in the middle of your head. Okay, this is for baby too. Babies love this sound if they can hear you yet. And it helps calm and soothe them as well. Okay. So close the eyes, bring the hands to heart or anywhere that you like them. Nice breath in. In your own way, close out this time of practice. And as you're finished, release the palms and gently open your eyes.